Okay, so we're going to start off with Cosmic Butterfly. This is an example, right, of like why I'm getting excited about you guys and your leveling up, especially the ones that I have known about for a long time. Cosmic Butterfly has probably been sending stuff in for at least 2 years. At least 2 years. And I still remember the first one that you sent me in, because I remember saying to you something along the lines of, I could say what I would do, but I don't want you to change it, because I really believe that you understand where you're going. And that is very, very important as an artist, is to be kind of like blinkers on. Something to that kind of effect. I remember saying that to you. I remember you made a very big impact on me when I heard your song. So yeah, we're going to start with yours. Where have I put it? Hang on. I need the SoundCloud. I knew there'd be something wrong that I hadn't thought about. I knew there'd be something. Okay. I need to go into promos. Cosmic Butterfly. Here we go. Hang on a second. Nearly there. Hi, John. Okay, we're ready.
I always thought that knocking on death's door would make me reflect on all the things I never got the chance to do. Now that I was face to face with death, I was starting to have second thoughts. In that moment, nothing else mattered. In a never-ending effort to prove to myself that I was enough, I turned my life into an impossible list of tasks I could never complete. A glimmer of hope began to swell in me, and I felt peace. There is a beautiful person hidden inside of you who deserves to live. deserves to live. Inside of you who deserves to live.
So there we go, kicking us off with the first track of the evening, Cosmic Butterfly 34. I really, really love this tune, and obviously understanding from the first track that I'd ever heard from you, hi Bean, to where you are at now. Hi Renee. I am amazed. It reminds me so much of Guy's stuff, Guyver. It really does. But it's got its own thing going on. The out of sync drums at the end. The only thing I heard was the out of... There wasn't any out of sync drums. What are you talking about? Go and get your listening ears on. Okay, let's go back to that bit. What do you mean out of sync drums? What's that? What's out of sync of that? I'm not like challenging it. I'm just interested to know what you're hearing. Do you know what I hear? I hear looseness in terms of staying in the pocket but not having everything hard quantized, which is so important. Yeah. It's so important because if you hard quantize everything, none of the transients are going to hit or be heard, because everything's going to be hitting at exactly the same point. It's Chris says, not out of sync. It's the reverse bass and percussion clash, but not out of place. It was doubled in. Oh, I know what that would have been. Okay, it will be because I put my my microphone on. If that's the case, yeah, I was going to say maybe it was 2 browser sources being opened or something, but yeah, my bad. It will be because I had the microphone on, because I thought the track was going to end, but you've got quite a long section at the end here. It's 8 minutes 25 long. Now, I'm only going to tell you this because coming from a DJ and a record label owner, I think the outro might be a little bit too long. But it depends how you want that to be mixed, I guess. It's quite a long section from 6:50 to 8:25. 6:50. That's say 7 minutes, and it's only a minute and a half. I'm probably wrong there. You've got a minute and 30. Maybe the bass could have stayed in a bit longer, or it could be a bit shortened. But yeah, it's a great tune. I love it. I love it. I loved it the first time I heard it. Hi, Wilson. Yeah, I think it's great. It is on the longer side at 8 minutes 25, but because of it being like the European hard trance style, this is not unheard of to have tracks this long. And I'm sure that a label would just say, if they had a problem with that, you'd be able to whittle that down anyway, if you needed to. Most of the thing is, it's still not really a long track per se, because we're mixing into a minute or a minute and a half of that anyway, so didn't really matter. But yeah, sorry for me doubling up the audio on that. I'm going to make sure, I should put like a noise gate on my, I do have one on, but it's not on at the moment. Now I'm unsure if I'm going to put it on. Right, I'm going to put my noise gate on, but I haven't set it. I haven't set it yet. I'm just going to test it, actually. I'll put my noise gate on. I'm just going to play some music, and I'm going to see if it fits. 3, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for me to set this up right now, so I'm just gonna have to make sure that I mute it for now. Yeah, it was still echoey. Yeah, it's because I'll have to set it to the exact dB of what the music is going into the. It's a new microphone as well. I'm using my shotgun mic. I will set it up, but I'm not going to do it now because it's going to take me about 20 minutes to do it properly. So yeah, for now, what I'll do is what I usually do, which is I just mute it, and then I might even turn the sound down a little bit, but I don't really want to do that because I'm enjoying hearing your music. But yeah, thank you for letting me know. Hi, Steve. So guys, if you could be so kind as to go and follow Cosmic Butterfly, please. Thank you very much. Awesome, mate. Okay. Next. Do we have Pete in? Is Pete in? Hi, DJ GWR. who has a Pete's in good, who has a release out on my label. Delicious. Go and get it now. It's out now. The link is in the chat. If you like your tech house or your groovy hard house, whatever you want to call it, whatever the cool kids are calling it these days. Hi, White Tiger Mac. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you, mate. So we've got Pete in. I'm going to put Pete's song on now. Oh, nice one. That's awesome. I'm glad that you've been doing something productive with it. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got some guy called Pete. I still love that name. And this is Can't Stop, Won't Stop. So there we go. That is Some Guy Called Pete. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Bit of a mixed bag with the responses on this one. So for those of you that, for a bit of context as well, Pete has sent in a number of tracks to this show, and they've all had like this very authentic, original style to them. And I kind of agree with the sentiment of, as a DJ, I wouldn't play this in a set, but I kind of enjoy listening to the ideas that Pete comes up with from a very innocent place, and not a place of, you know, when you are a professional music producer, a professional DJ, and you're looking for all of these kinds of attributes to your own music or music you're going to DJ to make the job easier to DJ. So, and I'm kind of a little bit sick of that in a way, because everything's sounding the same. So I really appreciate these tracks from a purely artistic point of view. Now, with that said, that's great to say that, but it's also a bit like having a participation trophy, and giving everyone a participation trophy whether they won something or not. So I do have some advice for you, Pete, that I think would make this more playable. It's definitely listenable. I love it. Maybe it's my ADHD, but I really do love it. However, I also know how to rein it in. I also know now how to limit, in a good way, my ideas within my music production. And I know a few of the things that I used to do. I can see what you're doing in your music as well. So we had a few timing issues, a few bits where things were starting to drift out of time. And obviously that's going to be an issue for DJs, and also it kind of means that the song starts to run away with itself as well. So I would go back in and just double check where you've copied and pasted sections, and just check there was no no gap in between each block being next to each other, because even the slightest gap and you just then copy and paste, especially in like FL, when you control B and it copies across, it won't copy across as in the hard quantize on the grid. It will just do it from the next part of that audio file or MIDI file. So be aware of that. That can sometimes throw things out. Another way it can throw things out is if it's one long piece of audio that you've recorded and then put in. Yeah, watch that step setting. Hello, Bosky. Lads. So yeah, watch out on that one. You don't need to do any of this, but I would say if you want this to now sound more put together, more sound shaping would be a really good idea. So what I mean by that is more control over your ADSR envelopes. That could be volume envelopes. It could just be tailing off the ends so that parts aren't bleeding into the next section. That could be filter envelopes as well. You don't always have to use a volume envelope, but a bit more sound shaping would really help. Possibly even looking into reverb times, possibly looking into some side chaining, although side chaining can be a lazy fix. Much better to fix it in the volume envelope, filter envelope, and watch for those. Hello, Lee. How you doing? Watch for the quantizing thing that we mentioned earlier. What else? Maybe less sections, because it was running away with itself. It was losing. Do you know? I'm not going to say it's losing its identity. It had an identity, but it was just a very it had a very multi-personality identity. But you would get told in terms of this being a memorable track or if it to get on a record label. Obviously, if your intention isn't to do that, you can dismiss what I'm about to say. But there are a number of sections in there. Now, this is something that happens when we are at points in our music production journey where we'll have so many ideas and we want to put them all in. And then what can end up happening is we've had too many ideas and now no one really understands what to focus on in terms of what is the story behind this tune? What's the main melody? Is everything else working around that? Now, you had a lot of sections where I felt you had a couple of moments in there. You had some really nice bassline progressions that were working really well around the melody and the counter melody or the top melody around that. And I really liked that. But there were just a few too many ideas going on. So what you want to do is just take the ideas that are really like, yeah, I really like that bit, and any of the other bits you could just take out. And this is a really good problem to have, having too many ideas, because then you've got more to work with. So there you go. And everything that I say there is just coming at it from the angle of what is expected, I guess. Yeah, but that's what I would say to you. But I also really like what you're doing, but I also want you to progress. And I don't want you to get disappointed by me going, yay, it's amazing, like a protective mum and putting your painting on the fridge. I also want you to know, it's a big bad world out there in the music industry, and number one, I wouldn't want you to be shocked if someone said, whoa, like, what the fuck? Because I'm saying it from a place of I understand you because I know you. I have the context of you as well. But I also understand what people would be looking for. But the hardest part of all of music production at the end of the day is to be creative, is to have the ideas. If you're the ideas person, then you're worth your weight in gold, because anyone can learn to make music. Anyone can learn music production. I know many people who are really, really technically gifted at music production and do all of this stuff, make their own Max for Live devices, do like all of this crazy synthesis stuff, but they lack the feel, the emotion, the expression that is needed from the ideas, the creative ideas. So that's why you find a lot of double acts or people working well in groups, because one will be the one that can do the engineering and the other one will be like, throwing the ideas out there. So both are as important as each other. Well done, mate. Yeah, keep having fun with it. Thank you, Digital Dreams. See, I can be sensible. Ha! Yay! Okay, next up. Is DJ Campbell in yet? I know Mark Ross is in. Let me find Mark Ross. We've got so many to get through. You are so welcome, Pete. You are so welcome. I think with feedback, it's how you say it a lot of the time that it can be either helpful or not helpful to people. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that I'm able to say it in a way that you'll understand it. I don't want to sit here and just go sick track bro, because that's not the point of the show, is it? But I'm also really excited for you. I still love the one that you did about your dog. I think that was so cool. But yeah, just keep expressing yourself. Keep up the good work. Mark's doing invoices. Ugh. Brother, ugh. No. I've got to do I'm trying to do my income and expenses every month now, so it's not such a shock at the end of the year or when the beginning of the year, January, when you have to do your tax returns as a self-employed person. So I do them every month and it's just like, can't be bothered. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Very true. Okay, well, you do your tax returns or invoices, whatever you're doing, and I will play your song. Here we go. This is Stereo Slaves.
I hear your voice in the dark, calling me back to
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, that was me on the vocals, of course. Me and my wonderful singing voice, once again. I don't like to brag. Oh, Mark, you're welcome. You can ask me to do more vocals anytime. That's fine. Maybe we use a little bit of Melodyne or a lot. I have nothing to say, nothing to add apart from loved the vocal. The vocal was really different. I also liked the way it was sung as well. It was kind of like it went into like an Arabian section in like the middle eight. It was like a bridge section or the pre-chorus or whatever you want to call it, which kind of went into this like Arabian scale, which just gave it this like little moment. I really liked that. And I loved what you've done with this vocal. And I'd like to know where you got the vocal from, because I really like it. Is it a vocal pack? The vocal was AI generated, believe it or not. What? Oh, yeah, he's in the chat. It's Mark Ross 1980. That's awesome. It's awesome, but also terrifying, isn't it? Because I'm not even going to get into this again, but I mean, the thing is, at this point, AI's here. It's really crazy to me because I have a conflict within myself a lot of the time to do with AI. Because it's still quite a new concept to all of us. And the conflict that I have, or the thing that I'm still working through in terms of my opinions on this, is, you know, at what point is it AI, you know, taking the creativity away from the individual? But I think really the main point of it is to use it as a tool. Use it as a tool. Did we get a raid? Was that Kutski? Hi. Hey. Guys, I don't know if you know Kutski. Welcome, raiders. But if you don't, where have you been? Thank you. Thank you for the raid, mate. I hope you had a really good stream. Fellow 1982 baby. Yeah, he's a big deal. He wouldn't say that. I'll say that though. He's very humble. He's so knowledgeable on music, and he's such a geek in the best of ways. I love him to bits. So thank you. Thank you, Kutski. Yay, there he is. I hope I see you soon. I usually see him in the UK at a festival, if we're both playing at a festival or whatever. And I'll have to check to see if I'm going to be at one of the events he's playing at. Because I miss you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Please go and give him a follow. There's nothing he doesn't know about dance music. He used to send me mixtapes, you know, years ago, like mixed CDs. That he used to just send to everyone back in the day, like 20 years ago now. I hope I've still got them. But yeah, he's awesome. Really, really nice bloke. How was Hastings? It was great. Thank you for asking. I had a great gig. I saw some of my students there. And I met Steve Blake of Hard House Legendship, if that's the right word. I've never met him before in like 20 years. I play his music on vinyl all the time. I never met him. I was like, hello. It's like, oh, nice to see you. Because that's the thing that you say, right? When you're a DJ and you're at gigs and you see people and you're like, I'm not sure if I know who that is, or I'm not sure if I've met them before, because it's all a bit of a blur because of drugs, you know, in the early 2000s. So everyone kind of like plays it safe by saying, oh yeah, nice to see you. But what that means is, if you say, oh, nice to meet you, and they go, hang on, we've met before, don't you remember? So like my get out of that, because I'm so crap at remembering anyone, unless I've seen you like within the last 2 days, I'm not going to remember you. I don't even know who my own dad is. I'm not going to. I am so bad with people's faces, so I always say to everyone, "Oh, nice to see you. It's good to see you." Because then, if I've met them before, it kind of makes sense. But with him, he said it to me. He was like, "Oh yeah, nice to see you." I said, "We've never met before. I know we've never met before." He was like, "Yeah, I didn't think we had, but it's the thing we say." And I was like, "Yeah." But yeah. But yeah, it was a good gig. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we shared a line or 5 back in the early 2000s. So yeah, on that note, actually, we've got the Weekender coming up soon, the Tidy Weekender. I'm going to arrange a meetup for us all, anyone that's coming to the Tidy Weekender, and bring like name badges so I know who you are by your usernames on Twitch. So that, because I really, really love meeting you guys in real life. So like it pisses me off when, and I know some people are a bit frightened probably of meeting me. I don't know why. Boo! But don't be, because I really, really do enjoy meeting you guys. So if you are at one of my gigs and you're a regular on my Twitch streams, please come and tell me your username, because I will remember you. I will know exactly who you are. So make sure you come and say hello at the Tidy Weekender. Mark, love this tune. As we said, the vocals are AI, which is ridiculous. Really, really good. And please, can you send me this as a download so that I can play it in my sets? Because it's ace. And if it's not signed, I would love to sign it as well, unless it's been signed already. So please let me know. It's free. Yeah, but it says this track is private on the link that you've given me. I can't download it. Oh, it's free, isn't it? It's not signed. Okay. Can you send me a message, please, after the show, or send it me now? Because I would love to sign this. I really like it. It's something that I would definitely play in my sets. Thank you for sending it in. Yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. I think it's awesome. Don't sound so... Why you sound so surprised? This is what I mean. Oh, if I could just get in your heads for a little bit and tell you how amazing some of you are, and allow you to see it, see what I can see, hear what I can hear of you. It's a crazy ride being an artist, because we're our own worst critics. But some of you, I just need to shake you and just be like, believe in yourself, please. Hi, Papa Dom. You're just amazing. You really are. It's even. Do you know what? Even people who are still on the way up, you've been brave enough and vulnerable enough to send something in, and you've put in the investment and the time to sit at a computer desk and spend hours a week, so many hours on your own, years and years of learning everything to do with music production. I respect that journey. At whatever level you're at, I will respect anyone who will sit and learn how to use software, how to use hardware, how to mix down, how to do anything to do with synthesis, any of the many types of synthesis. Anyone that will take the time into learning about EQ and mid-side EQ, compression, which is such a difficult thing to really get your head around. You know, any of those things and all of the other stuff as well. I really, really appreciate that someone would spend all that time, because there's no guarantee, but that's why you have to really love it. And I love people that love music or making music. I tell you now, if you want to be a producer, make sure you're not a social bunny. You will lose hours, weeks, months, years. Yeah, and have a understanding partner or be single. It's probably more likely. I'm so lucky because obviously my partner is a very well-known musical genius. So we are able to give each other lots of space when the one's in creative mode doing music. Guy's now gearing up to do another album, so he'll be he'll be not expected to do many chores for the foreseeable while he's doing his album. That's how it works. The most important thing in this house is to protect our creativity. That means if we've got an argument that needs sorting out, it gets sorted out as quickly as possible. No one holds any or controls any, bad feelings. I would never leave anything unspoken about with Guy, and Guy's the same with me as well. Like, it's really, really important to harbour a peaceful environment when you are a music in any way, even if you're not, even if you're doing your best 9 to 5, getting to and from work, just getting through life, it's always a good idea to be able to have a nice, calm, peaceful home, because when you feel safe, you will be much more inclined to go and create and not feel in survival mode. Pete says, Mrs. Pete insists I turn on my laptop and put my headphones on. I don't think she really likes me. Oh no. Pete. Mrs. Misty doesn't like to hear me mix. Do you know what it is? They don't understand it, or it doesn't involve them. So as long as your partner has got their own interests, and that could just be soaps or whatever, or as long as they're not like bored, because I used to be like it years ago. I used to be to Guy, nitpicking at him, and obviously I've been on a massive journey of self-discovery over the last 10 years. And I recognised this one thing in me, that I was very needy, and I had to always have attention when I wanted it. I'm not like that at all anymore, because I've got my own shit that I want to do. I'm not bored anymore. A lot of the issue is with our partners, if they are like that, it's because they're bored. And when you're bored, your brain just wants to create problems. It wants to solve problems. It wants to create problems. So that's literally all it is. So find yourself a partner that's got an interest, whatever it is. It could be anything. But as long as they've got something that they're just going to be preoccupied with, or that would be the ADHD side. I don't know. It could be, but again, I feel like that would be an excuse for that kind of behaviour. I found it to be detrimental to the relationship by expecting attention all of the time, just because it was because I felt a need. I couldn't give myself what I felt he needed to give me, if that makes sense. And it was just boredom. It was literally, it was procrastination. That was the problem. A lot of it was to do with being scared of making my own music as well. So I would just go and sit with him and expect him to give me attention and stuff. And now I get better attention because I'll go and do my stuff, and then when we see each other in the kitchen, we're like, oh, hello, what have you been up to? Eh? Hi, Phil de Groove. But yeah, harbouring a good environment at home is very helpful. It doesn't need to be like that, though. You can make great music in... it doesn't have to be perfect emotional climate conditions in order to make music either. You could do it through, like how some artists will... Is it like Adele? Adele will have a breakup and then she'll write some amazing music. Some people can run on that energy of grief, drama, whatever it is. So it doesn't need to be, oh, well, I can't make any music right now because everyone's been too noisy or someone's pissed me off at work today. No, because that's another get out clause. But peace is something that you harbour within yourself. Even when the world around you is falling to shit, you can still be peaceful. Like, take, for example, stuff that's going on here at the moment. We've had some awful stuff happening. Like, the kids, 14 now, my children... They have been little terrors. They've been doing all of the stuff that 14-year-olds will do, running away from home, lots of shouting, lots of name calling, and it's been very hard. But I don't let it affect my peace. I know that it's just a phase and we'll get through it. But I don't let it stress me out. Also, we've had our next door neighbour on Wednesday. What are we on now? So a week ago. They had their door kicked down by some people in balaclavas. And my next door neighbour's son, he's okay, by the way, but he was attacked with a machete and a Stanley knife. I know. Which was a massive, massive shock. I think what it isn't in the area where I live, there's a spate of these things happening at the moment. Obviously, it's very scary. So we've had to up our security again. Anyone that knows who's followed me for a while will know I've had death threats. I have had crank calls. I had a lot of death threats. We had the police involved in it. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago? Everything from I was threatened to be shot outside my front door on a particular Wednesday, to have acid thrown in my face, all kinds of things. And I see these things that happen to us in life as being little checkpoints or skill checks. Like if you're playing a computer game. It's like a skill checkpoint. It's like, okay, so you think that you're mindful now. You think that you've learned how to control your temper. You think that you are, on an even keel. Here you go. Here's a little test for you. And that's the way that I can, give it value in my life and turn it into a hidden... a positive hidden intention to it, because otherwise you just feel like life is happening to you, like things are happening and you can't control it and you become a victim to that, and that's not a healthy place to be. So there'll always be and of course my kidney thing. Let's not forget that I've had a kidney operation and the stent removed. I've had 3 lots of fucking antibiotics at the moment that I'm on, but I still have a smile on my face and I will always have a good sense of humour. Always have a good sense of humour to the whole thing. But it is a scary world out there, but it's still a beautiful one. So please keep that in your hearts and minds, and obviously be vigilant, be safe, but also remember that everything will always be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, then it's not the end. So there you go. But my point is, you can make music under duress. You can make music when things are going well. Because ultimately, when everything is falling to pieces around you, like I said before, you can still find a way to have your inner peace, always. Taylor Swift can't write anything unless she has a new boyfriend and then break up. Yeah, well, I guess people might say that. They might say that. Maybe it is true for her, maybe it's not. It could be a belief that she might have, or it could just be us looking at that situation and seeing that that might be. Well, it's just easier if we think that it's like that. I mean, do I know any Taylor Swift songs? I think I know one of them. Shake It Off. There you go. Shake It Off. I like that one. I think they're catchy songs, aren't they? She's pretty cool. Okay, next up we have got DJ Oskar, O.M.G, and this is DJ Kambels' Stonking Donk remix. Here we go.
Put a donk on it. liking it all up in your ass. Now let me tell you what it's all about. Now let me tell you what it's all about. Liking it all up in your ass. Liking it all up in your ass. Liking it all, liking it all, liking it all, liking it all, 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 it all. Oh my God. Put a dunk on it.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Is everyone okay? Yeah. That just happened. DJ Campbell always brings the donk goods. The donk goodness. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Thank you very, very much, DJ Campbell, for sending this in. So much energy. Not only like making energy, but keeping the energy, rising the energy, building up tension, dropping it back in again, keeping things moving, keeping things interesting, and also keeping it focused as well, not running off with too many ideas. You know, this is a good example of taking an idea and then using it in different ways. And that could be using a vocal in a different way, using a rhythmizer on it, gating it, pitching it down on parts of it, reversing it. And then you got the same things with melodies, changing or layering up the sounds, octaves, reverse reverb tricks. You know, there's loads of different ways that you can take an idea and use it in a different way. So yeah. Hey C James, really like that one. Next up, this is Donny Donkers. I know Donny Donkers is in the chat right now. Am I right in saying who? So this is another name that you're going under, isn't it? It's Dyco and Rosey, and it's called Let Them Know. Was it you and your daughter? Am I remembering this right on the email? Who is it? Let me know in the chat, please. No, it's not. I'm misremembering it then. Who is it? Who's Dyco and who's Rosey? Rosie's another producer. Got it. Okay. So not your daughter then. Okay. Cool. Well, let's have a listen to it. It's an amazing tune. I love it. Yeah. Here we go.
Baby, you're dead. Heels on 6 inches, waist sensual, glare fit. You can't have this, you can't hit this. I got a new man in my business, and he all about his business, and his name ain't none of your business. Oh, oh, oh. Been a girl in that poster, say so like I'm Georgia. Icy, wifey, body shape Coca-Cola. I got a new man in my business, and he all about his business, and his name ain't none of your business. Oh, oh, oh. Let them know, oh baby, let them know, 'cause they
so good. So good. I love the melody as well. Very typical. And I don't mean that in terms of it being non-original or anything. It's exactly what I want from an authentic, good bounce tune, is a melody like that. And a melody played like that, very bouncy, very playful, and the sound of it as well. The vocal is great. And the little rap thing in there as well. And of course, mixed down, everything sounds very, very, very professional, very clean. Arrangement's great. 10 out of 10. Yeah. See, even if you're not into bounce, you can appreciate a song like that. Definitely. Really, really well done. Well done. Make sure you go and follow Donny Donkers, please. That's one of 3 collaborations you've done with Rosey. Continue, please, because obviously you make a great pair. So here is Donny Donkers. Go and follow them on SoundCloud and you'll be able to find where to stream it, buy it, I'm sure, all of the good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for sending it in, and continue, please continue to to send me stuff in. And if you like that one, it's out on Bounce Heaven now. For those unaware, do songs from Hard House, Bounce, Donk or whatever shake hands with happy hardcore? Yes. If you mean, are they influenced by each other? Absolutely. Absolutely. There was happy hardcore, a lot of the samples are ones that you would typically find in Hard House, because they're all, and Bounce as well, because they're all sample based genres. You will find a lot of crossover, definitely, in the best of ways. Definitely, especially happy hardcore. Yeah. Definitely. Next we have got... Is Mr. here? Mr. Can I get $1 so I can get something to eat? Hell no, motherfucker. Does anyone know that song? There he is. Hello, mate. If you don't know that song, then I don't want to speak to you. Because if you don't know that song, then you don't know the Fugees, and I'm actually really, really sorry for you. So, Mr. We're going to play your song next. This is a remix. This is a remix of my husband's song called Differences. It's not an easy one to remix, and he's done it. So here we go.
Words should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
There we go, Mr. doing a remix there of Guyver Differences. Always a difficult one doing a remix of a classic, well-known tune. Doesn't matter what it is, but it's not a case of the reason why we do remixes is to put our own take on things, and someone whose music, even if I wasn't married to him, I would still always love to remix one of his tunes because of the ideas, the riffs, because they're very distinctive. They're very authentic sounding tunes. And I liked what you did here in terms of the bass progression was not what I'm used to hearing when I hear Differences. So I appreciated the fact that you went for a different bass progression, which isn't easy because we have to convince the listener to go with us on on a remix where we're changing, you know, we're drastically changing something like the progression or maybe even the melody. I think there were a couple of bits in there where you changed the pattern as well, I noticed. And I appreciate that because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. A lot of people play it safe with remixes, so they'll literally just keep the same bass progression and they'll have all of the MIDI exactly the same, and they'll just change the noise to be another preset that they found for Serum or Serum 2, whatever. And okay, well done. But I liked the fact that you were making this more of your own, and I appreciated that. I appreciate the fact that you were trying out something outside the box. It's difficult to remix tunes that we have a lot of investment into hearing in a certain way. So I'm really impressed, mate, and I'm really proud of you for taking it on. So well done. Everyone make sure you go and follow DJ Mr.MR. Keep sending them in, mate. I think I've seen Adam in. Is it Adam Schofield in? And put yours on next. This is a song called Don't Cry. So if you were going to cry while we're playing this, don't. Okay? That's what this song is telling you. That's what this song is all about. Okay? So do as you're told. Don't cry. Ready? Okay, here we go. Don't cry. No. Stop it. Oh, I hope none of you cried during that, because the song says don't cry. So if you do, then you're not doing it right, okay? And a bit of acid in there as well, yep. Adam. Just amazing. So good. So good. I know that you, when I sent you a message earlier saying it's on the show, you said that you'd forgot about this one. And that's crazy. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Is it signed? Is it signed? Because if it's not, I would love to take it probably for Transportal. If you would let me sign it. If it's not already signed, have a think and let me know. I really liked it. The riff is in my head still. It's signed to HTE, I'm afraid. That's fine. I'm happy for you. Obviously, the owner of HTE is my agent, Nick Coles. It came out on Friday. Yay! Good. I'm happy for you, mate. I'm glad that your stuff's being championed by Nick. And it makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. So good. So good. I absolutely love it. I love it. Can you just do me a favour then? And hang on, I've got the final version, haven't I, here? Yes, I have. I'll be playing this out a lot. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, you'll be there on the pier in June. Brilliant. I look forward to seeing you at that. I am threatening to come down for a couple of days now, instead of just flying in and out like I usually do. I might get like a B&B and stay for probably just one night. I get a bit overwhelmed if I'm away from home for too long. I like being at home. Outside bad. I like being at home. But yeah, I'm gonna stay for a couple of days. Because last time I came, I think I was playing on the Sunday and none of the arcades were open. And anyone that knows me knows that I love my 2p arcades. I'm in any of these like Tidy Weekenders, any peers, anything like that. If they've got 2p machines and you wonder where Amber D is, just go to the 2p machines and you'll find me. I'll be there all night. I always end up like getting loads of tickets, and then other people who are playing but not for that long will take pity on me and give me their tickets as well. Yeah, or I steal them off small children. Yeah, 2PD. Yeah, 2PD or not 2PD? That is the question. Thank you, Adam. Keep sending it in, mate. Can I just say as well that I'm really, really sorry that I have missed a lot of emails. I've got to the point now where I have to keep going that far back to people that have sent submissions for the demo drop, that it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to keep up with the amount of submissions that I've got, purely because I've had so much time off through my kidney operation and other stuff going on at home. So if you want your track to be played, if you sent it me a long time ago and you still haven't heard of me, please send me a message on either Instagram or Facebook before 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I will happily put your tune on that day to fast track it for you. Otherwise, it could be a while. I'm still going through them. I am still going back to older emails from around January to try and get through them all, but I probably won't get through all of them. So it's not that I've listened to your song and I hate it and I don't want to play it. It's literally that I haven't opened the email because I've got so many of them. So please feel free to send me a message and ask me to bump it up on a Tuesday before 4 p.m. Thank you. Next up, we've got my friend Lance. This is called Bass Passion. Now, this track, Lance has been sending me stuff for years. And again, I've seen a progression with him over the past 3-4 years. And he's now got this particular track signed to Hannah Lang's album, record label, Doof Recordings. And it's called Bass Passion. I'm so proud of him. So here we go. There we go. That is Lance and Bass Passion, signed to Doof. I'm so proud of you, Lance. Yeah, I love this. It's very, very current sounding, a nice offbeat bass line. We've got all of the little one shots, the little rave stabs in there, and the vocal. Really nice, really simple, effective rave tune. So yeah, I love this one. And if you guys can make sure you go and follow Lance on SoundCloud. That's his SoundCloud. Hi, DJ Techno. Thank you. You're beautiful as well. You all are. You're all beautiful to me. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Next up, we've got Slenderman. And this is Champagne Hallucinations. Thank you, Red Misty. Can you hallucinate off champagne? What a cool name for a tune. Hi, Grazer J. Hi. Hey, friend. Slenderman, Champagne Hallucination. Champagne hallucinations in the sky. Someday you will find me. Maybe it's a bit like that. If you drop acid in it, yeah. Don't give me tips. Come on. Be sensible. Don't tell me to push the red button. I'll do it because I'm silly. Arsenal 3-0. Brilliant. Okay. Here we go. Slenderman, Champagne Hallucinations. Acid pain. Right, here we go.
be more than. Cause you came back home to my place every evening. It's been weeks or months since I haven't seen you. Said you needed time, but it's coming, I need you. Now I drink champagne until I get hallucinations. Where you call me in and say that you know it's me again. Now I drink champagne. 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 Till I get hallucinations.
Wow. You know, I told you, didn't I? I told you. I fucking told you. I told you it was going to be a good show today. How amazing. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. This is one of my favourites tonight. Obviously, you're all my favourites. But that one was exceptionally well made. It was the little fluctuations in the bass progression for me on certain bits. It's kind of like it's taking some psytrance elements and putting those kind of like isms into hard house. The phaser over the main lead, the filter sweeps, transition filter sweeps in and out, just so nice. The vocal, arrangements perfect, everything's clear, mixed down, nailed. Yeah, it's just perfect. I mean, I know nothing's perfect, but to me, not being the creator of this, to me, listen to that. There's something to be proud of. Really, really, really nice. Well done, Tim. So good. Champagne Hallucinations. I'll never forget the name of that song. How cool is that? Really, really, really nice. Thank you, mate. Thank you for sending it in. Yeah. There's so many of you that are just so good at this. You're so good. And, you know, it's an honour in our own small way, in our own little small corner of Twitch, that we're able to get you heard. So if you are an up-and-coming or even an established artist and you want us to listen to your tunes, if you've got something that's coming out recently or you're self-releasing stuff and you want a few more ears on your music or people to buy it, you can send us in a track. All of the details are on the screen, or just look at in the chat there now for all the details. Send me your stuff, please, so I can make a fuss of you. Honestly, amazed. Next up, we've got Legix, and it's called The Ultimate. This is the ultimate. Here we go. There we go. That is Legix and the ultimate, very, very current sounding track again. This one, not an offbeat, but more of a rolling bass line in there. I love this kind of stuff. It kind of gives me, it reminds me of JX kind of stuff, like Amanda's on the Run. What's it called? What's the actual name of it? Amanda's on the Run. So is that the name of it? Thank you. That kind of feel to it. And there's nothing I won't do. Anything you want me to, I can't keep my hands off you. There's nothing I won't do. That kind of a rolling bass line. It's really, really stylistic to that era of 90s music. It was either offbeats or it was this rolling bass line. Ding, 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 ding. And I love that. I love that, that pacing. So also a good tip as a DJ as well, if you want to keep energy within a set, alternate offbeats with ding 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 dings, to keep things moving, keep things energized, and take people on a journey. Hello, Sam. How you doing? How you doing, babe? But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I thought that it was very simple and effective. Simple songs aren't always easy to do. They're really not. I find it quite difficult to keep things simple because I like to put loads of things in my songs. And then I'll end up stripping it back. It's surprising, actually, how little you actually need to make a track work. A good way of thinking of it, actually, is, you know, like a band, a rock band. You never listen to a rock band or any band that's got... What are the instruments in a band? Typically, we've got a singer. We've got a lead guitarist. We've got a bass guitarist. We've got a drummer. And then like a rhythm guitar. Yeah. Organist, a keyboardist, seven things. Maybe, let's say, a backup singer. And the triangle. So, okay, eight channels. Think of all of those things, all of those people in a band. And sometimes there's only 4 people in a band. Maracas man, yeah. Or woman. Or they, them. My point is... Tambourine, yes. Oh, I'll play the tambourine in anyone's band, definitely. My point is, you only need that many things, instruments in your song for it to be a full song. So what happened? I live out the fact that you're just all still naming stuff. Stop putting me off. I'm trying to say something profound here. My point is, when we're making music in a DAW, we always end up with all of these different... Stop it. I can't stop. I need to stop reading the chat. You know where I'm going with this. Where I'm going with it is, don't overcook it. Don't put so many things in your music. You don't need them all there. In fact, take a few things out and you'll realise that you can hear the things that you really like a bit better. You know, stop. I keep looking at the chat and just stop looking at it. So yeah, take a bit of thought for you know how a band is constructed, and use each of those elements effectively. Are we making a band now? Can we? Yay! What's a squeeze box? What's a squeeze box? Bagpipe. Oh yeah, we need some elastic band. Yeah. Oh, you guys, you were so honestly. It's just a joy to have this as a job. and to get to show off everyone's work and listen to it. You know, as a producer myself, it helps me out of my ruts. I haven't had any time recently to be creative in my studio, and I've got so many projects. I've got a remix I need to finish for my mate's record label. I've got another track which I'm doing at the moment, which I really, really love. But due to stress with being ill and the kids and life, you know what it's like, I haven't sat down and finished a lot of music in probably about 3 weeks now, maybe 4 weeks. And I love doing this show because it reminds me, and it reminds all of us, of the reasons why we do this. It's such a great feeling to complete a track and get lost in it. You know, life's difficult at the moment, no matter where you are in the world. Life's hard in 2025. And especially if you are doing your best to survive, you're doing your best to keep your head above water. And for me personally, like, I don't drink anymore, I don't smoke, I don't take illicit drugs anymore, any of those things. So I don't have anything to hide behind anymore. So when shit goes down, I feel everything. And my point of saying this is there are good distractions in this life. There are some really good distractions in this life, and then there's some really dangerous ones. I'm talking more about social media when I say this, you know, not so much enjoying a drink here or there, or, you know, having a sesh on the weekend if that's what you want to do. Whatever it is you want to do, I'm never going to judge anyone. I'm pro-choice with things, but I really think it's important to have some way to express yourself creatively. And I'm so proud of you all. Yeah. It needs to be talked about more. So yeah, because it's the music industry, Matt. Exactly. It's can be a harsh place. It can be quite difficult to navigate if you put your sense of worth in the hands of others. You will always ultimately become disappointed. I know this from experience. I've had an extremely amazing career and also had the opposite of that as well. You can't be at the top of your game for your whole career. I've been very lucky to have this as my main job for 25 years, but it's certainly up and down, and you have to take the rough with the smooth. So it's really important that we don't put our sense of worth, or invest too heavily in external outcomes to do with our music. If you just, and I know this is a cliche, but it's so true. If you just do it, if you just make music, send it in here, show it to your mates, do what you can, but don't overthink it. Don't worry if the label doesn't take it, because the label knows specifically what they're looking for. And also people can sense desperation. They can sense it. And also it will not be your best work if you're doing it for other reasons other than, oh, let's just see. Let's see what happens when I do this. You know, and then you're always going to win, because you're only in competition with yourself. And that's not really a bad competition to be in, is it? So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm so proud of you. That is the end of our show today. I have a student in tomorrow for a 6-hour DJ lesson. So I best tidy up my studio a bit. And go on Genshin Impact maybe for an hour before I go to bed. So thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, Matt, I will speak to you on Thursday, isn't it? Okay, let me find my raid thingy-me-bob. I want to see who is live on Team Brisk. Pardon me. Stay there. We're going to go over and see someone. Who's on a Tuesday? Oh! I'm going to send this over to Rob G. Barker. He's playing, what's he playing? He's like, Gran Turismo 7, I think he's on. Awesome. Oh, that's my alarm to take my antibiotic, but I've already taken it. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to go over and see Rob, because he's awesome. I love him to bits. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I love you all very much. And I will see you on Saturday.